Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it is my April plan with me, and the theme I've gone for is kind of like Easter slash cute little chicks and bunnies, Easter eggs, but also just welcoming spring and cherry blossoms. I've been seeing them a lot in my neighborhood recently, so it really inspired this April theme. So I'm starting off here with my cover page and just showing you some of the materials that I'll be using. I will actually link those all in the description box, but I'm starting off with the title. So April, I've gone with this blue. April is also known for, I guess, April showers, so that's why I've chosen blue for the title as well. You'll see that I've got lots of bright colours, and again that's just representing spring and it being sunny and all the little pretty flowers that I'm noticing around my neighborhood and in my garden as well. So yeah, lots of things inspired this theme. So even if you're not particularly celebrating Easter or don't celebrate Easter within your culture, this theme can still be kind of like representing spring and welcoming spring for you as well. If at this point you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you did so that you can just follow me on my bullet journal journey and I guess join together as this community. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, I will link some of those above. And I guess my bullet journal I use for various things, sometimes planning, sometimes using it as a self-care journal and thinking about things that I want to do to look after myself, or writing down affirmations, writing down journal prompts and things like that. So yeah, I use my bullet journal in lots of different ways, not like a typical bullet journal, and you will see that throughout the different spreads that I create. And if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about how I use my bullet journal, then like I said, I will tag some of those videos above, but you can also just click on my channel and check those out and let me know what you think as well. So starting off now with the tree trunk of my cherry blossoms. I've never drawn this before, so if it looks a bit shoddy, I apologize, but I think the end product turned out really great for me. So I'm using kind of like a brown fine liner to resemble the barks of the tree, and then using this really light pink, such a pretty pink, to draw my cherry blossoms, colouring my cherry blossoms. Not very neatly. I'm not a neat person anyway, but I think again, just how the end product turned out, I was really pleased with it, and you can tell, I can tell it's a cherry blossom. So here I am towards the end of colouring that in. I'm using another fine liner and like a darker pink just to shade in the middle section of the cherry blossoms. I hope that all makes sense, and I hope it actually does look like a cherry blossom. I mean, I believe that it is, but obviously I'm biased. Now onto the Easter eggs and everything else that's happening underneath the cherry blossoms. As I mentioned before, I am using lots of bright colours throughout this theme, which just really lighten up my bullet journal, and yeah, just lighten me up in general, and hoping that April brings a little bit more sunshine, less rain, just because we're in the UK and we need it. Well, I know I need it. After drawing in some little flowers and the falling cherry blossoms, I'm now going into the grass. This was a perfect green I chose. You'll see that I wrestled a little bit with whether it was this green or the I think it's the Corolla Super Tips. Yeah, this one here, this one here. But I tried that at the corner. I was like, no, I think I chose the right green for this. So yeah, so as I'm finishing off this spread, I really loved how it turned out. My little chicks, upon reflection now, look a little bit sad rather than cute, but I hope, you can tell that they are cute little chicks and not sad little chicks. I also made a mistake here because I used a similar color for the chick and the egg, and that's why I decided to go in with an outline of the chicks here. Now onto the calendar side of my April setup. So I'm starting off with just a little branch of cherry blossoms here, and then I've got some chicks and bunnies dangling. Sorry if you can hear that background noise. I've got the windows open and a plane. I do live near an airport, so a plane is just going by. But yeah, so cherry blossoms and some dangling chicks and bunnies here with the title April in there, and then below that I've got my semi-medium calendar. I tend not to do a full monthly spread because I just don't use it. I just like this smaller version where underneath I'll just write down the different events, and then I'll probably never go back to look into it again. So maybe in future I might just do either just a mini calendar or just no calendar at all, but we'll see. Now I am choosing, well, I've got these a booklet of like different pattern paper and whatnot. So I just chose out the ones that match the theme or the color scheme to the theme a bit better. So on the left side now, I am just setting up my habit tracker page, but I also had the idea to write down a spring routine. I've not yet thought about it in too much detail yet, but you'll see that I've just written the title and stuff as this part of the video goes along, and I'm just playing around here with some of the different placements of where I want to use some of these pieces of pattern paper. And if you do want to find out how I actually complete these spreads, I do give like a mid-month update on how, well, technically like a after pen on my Instagram and sometimes on my TikTok, so do go check those out. Instagram is @_my_self-care-planners and my TikTok is @_my_self-care. In regards to my habits as well, because I don't yet know what habits I want to track for April, I have just left this blank. But again, you'll see more of an updated version if you head over to my Instagram or TikTok too. For those of you who aren't new here, I am slowly getting into hand lettering, and each time I do it, I impress myself. So I just wanted to do just a slow down version, or actually real time version here of how I wrote the spring with my hand lettering technique. To finish off the spread, and I guess for everything to tie together, I just added some cherry blossoms around this title, and I just think it's just so cute. It's probably like my favorite part of my bullet journal so far, and I am looking forward to filling that in. So just showing you now the last of that page, and we go into the fun part of well, actually all of it's been fun, hopefully. I do hope you are still watching, but yes, this month I decided to go for a folded Dutch door technique and using these washi tapes here. In hindsight, the colors didn't quite match. When I looked at the box, I was like, I'm not sure what other color to use, so I did go for that orangey reddish one. In real life, it does look more orange than it looks red, so I'm just gonna go with that. I mean, it's done now. And it was actually quite difficult to peel it off because this washi tape is really sticky, so yeah, it peeled off some paper behind when I was trying to adjust things. So I was like, I'm not gonna go through peeling off the red one, and just stuck with it because I didn't want to damage my bullet journal anymore. So I'm here just struggling with sticking that down and finding the right placement. But yeah, I've gone with a folded Dutch door. I don't know if that's the actual term for it, because I wanted to be able to, well, let me give you some backstory. So I do daily bullet journaling for the most part, but I always forget to fill in like my habit trackers and keep track of my content planner throughout the month if it's just at the beginning of my bullet journal, if that makes sense. So I want to be able to see my habit tracker and my content planner like I'm setting up next all the time. So throughout the month of April, the pages that I am using will be unfolded and the pages that I'm not using will be folded, so that I can always see my habit trackers to the left and my content planner to the right. I hope that all makes sense. Again, head over to my TikTok or Instagram and you'll see a little bit more detail of how I'm using the spreads. So the last spread then of this setup is my content planner, and just drawn a box towards the right hand side and highlighted the different dates. And then because I didn't want this page to look too blank, just added some little doodles, cherry blossoms, Easter eggs, chicks and bunnies, just again to tie the theme all together. So if you have got it this far, just want to say thank you so much for watching. Hope it has inspired you. If it has and you decide to recreate the spread or the layouts or anything like that, do tag me on Instagram, and yeah, just let me see how you found it. And I think I'll just leave you here now. I hope you are having a fantastic March so far, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great April too.